Paul, what was the most important thing you learned in leadership this year?
Well, Marissa, the most important thing I learned in leadership this year was how to have a team and have a goal for each event and plan that event perfectly.
Why is planning events and stuff like that important?
Well, you gotta have a plan to plan the events. You can't just throw a bunch of random stuff into this big old party.
Right.
So, like, for example, let's say 8th grade promotion.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we're not planning that. PTSA has a plan. They have structures. They got a plan to make this event possible. They don't just throw it together all in one day. They have a plan.
Right. Thank you. What is the most important thing you learned in leadership?
The most important thing I learned this year is how to work with a team, because in leadership we had to work together to create a project or put something on, and it was just really important to work with each other and understand each other, even though we weren't always the best of friends.
The most important thing I learned in leadership this year was probably how to plan events as a team, because when we worked as a team we got a lot more stuff done, and a lot of our events I feel wouldn't turn out as well if we didn't work as a team and work together. What is the most important thing you learned in leadership?
The most important thing in leadership was how advertising is very important to advertise dances and socials, and I also learned how to organize important events and get them to be successful.
What is the most important thing you learned in leadership this year?
The most important thing I learned in leadership is how to take out the trash.
What is the most important thing you learned in leadership?
The most important thing I learned in leadership is probably being more patient with others, because I learned that I have to listen to other people and not just follow my orders.
What is the most important thing you learned in leadership this year?
I learned how to manage a budget, because when we were the chairs of events, we would get like a certain amount of money and we would have to use only that money to buy whatever we need, like prizes or food or whatever. And it took a lot of work because there was a lot of stuff we needed, but there was only a limited amount of money. So, yeah.
What is one thing you are most proud of doing in leadership?
Planning and putting together the all grades dance.
What is one thing you are most proud of doing in leadership?
In leadership this year, I was really proud of doing the Staff Appreciation Week, because I worked really hard on it and we got a lot of positive results from the teachers and everyone loved it.
What is one thing you are most proud of doing in leadership?
I am proud of our posters, because last year's were crap and we actually made them pretty this year, and they look really eye-catchy, and like everyone loved them and we're impressed.
One thing I'm most proud of this year is how much spirit we had. I mean, come on, we were always out there during lunchtime activities. We were always the people that were like, yeah, Peterson, come do lunchtime activities, do Spirit Week and stuff like that. And I felt like that was kind of a big, it was a big reason why leadership was so great this year. So, yeah. What are you most proud of doing in leadership this year?
I'm proud of leading Spirit Week, because I never thought of myself as that much of a leader, because there's so many bright students in this class. There are bright students over there, and I'm proud of myself for stepping up to the plate and doing that, doing what I can do. Smile.
What is one thing you are most proud of doing in leadership?
In leadership, I was so proud of the different events that I chaired and all of the different events that we did as a class. And I also was proud of the posters that we made, because our posters were like bomb, like no joke.
How did leadership help you as a student and a community leader?
Good question. You know, leadership helped me as a student and community leader, because I learned how to communicate with younger people, different types of people. Learned how to plan events. Of course, I just said that last time. And, you know, just build a stronger community.
How did leadership help you as a student and community leader?
Well, leadership helped me as a community leader because it helped me practice sharing ideas with my peers and collaborating in different ways. And in the future, that could help me take on bigger events.
Leadership helped me as a student and community leader because when we planned events and when we put on our events, we had to make sure that everything was ready, and we had to make sure the word was out in the Peterson community that that make sure you come to this event, make sure you participate in our events, and make sure you do this. So I feel like that would help me like talk to more students. So I feel like it kind of helped me as a student community leader like that. How did leadership help you as a student and community leader?
Leadership helped me because it helped me realize that people have all different ideas, and you kind of have to incorporate what they think into the ideas that you have, and that you can't just be so close-minded, and you have to be willing to open up to anything that people suggest.
How did leadership help you as a student and community leader?
We had to do community service, and that really expanded my knowledge about helping the community.
Whoa. Hey, Joe. His name is Joe.
That's nice, Paul. So, Paul, tell me.
Each event and make a great event.
Perfect.
Restart.
It's too bright for my eyes.
What? When we had to.
Do I go?
I'll tell you a question, and then you'll go.
So, I'm proud about it. They messed me up. Didn't.
Oh, wait, I thought you
I'll ask you.
Important
I'm a giraffe.